Happening today, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear a case that involves Starbucks workers and their attempts to unionize.
Fox News' Joe Vithaithil is here now to tell us about the case. So, Joe, we've seen a number of Starbucks workers in our area vote to unionize over recent years.
Yeah, we have, Sean. And, it's been a nationwide movement. So far, workers in more than 400 Starbucks stores nationwide had voted to unionize, including about 20 in the Portland metro area. That's according to the website for Workers United, the union that is organizing those workers. There's been a lot of conflict between the company and union organizers in recent years, and now one of those conflicts is going before the high court. So this case began in February of 2022 when Starbucks fired 7 employees who were leading a unionization effort in Memphis, Tennessee. The company said the employees had violated policy by reopening the store after closing time and then inviting some non-employees, including a TV news crew, to come inside the store. Well, the National Labor Relations Board determined that those firings constituted an illegal interference with the workers' right to organize. The board asked a federal district court to intervene and basically require Starbucks to rehire the workers. And a district court judge did exactly that, issuing a temporary injunction. So 5 of those 7 workers are now still employed at the Memphis store, while the other 2 remain involved with the organizing effort. Now, the constitutional question here is whether courts must evaluate the NLRB's request for injunctions under a traditional test or a more lenient standard. So this is the president of the New Civil Liberties Alliance, which is supporting Starbucks in this case.
So Starbucks is asking the Supreme Court to essentially force the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board, to follow the same criteria to obtain a preliminary injunction that every other federal agency has to follow.
But an attorney with the Constitutional Accountability Center says there's a reason why the NLRB has different standards than other agencies. She says it dates back to the 1930s and 40s when Congress was writing labor laws and didn't want to give federal judges complete say over labor issues.
It ended up being a practice that really aggravated violence and kind of disputes between labor and management. So Congress chose another way, which was this federal agency, which is why the government standard, which kind of involves a little bit of deference to that agency, is appropriate.
Today's Supreme Court hearing comes as animosity between Starbucks and the Workers United Union appear to be fading. The 2 sides announced back in February that they would restart negotiations with a goal of signing a labor agreement sometime this year. In fact, Starbucks and union representatives plan to meet Wednesday for their first bargaining session in nearly a year. Kim and Shauna, back to you.
All right, Joe, thank you very much.